Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, my name is Nizir. I am the founder of Publbee, and today is a special day for me because we are beginning with a new series of videos where I will be taking you from finding a profitable niche all the way to publishing and marketing a book on Amazon KDP. You are going to watch the entire process, nothing hidden, real results and real strategies. In this first video, I will show you exactly how to find a profitable niche in 2025. I will also explain you what a good niche is and if it's worth your time. And after that, we will also use Publbee's niche scout tool to find thousands of niches in a couple of minutes. After picking the niche, that niche will be then the one that we will be using in the entire series. So if you are ready to stop guessing and start building a real KDP business, then let's dive in. So before we jump into the tool, I need to explain you why niche research is so crucial for your KDP business. And the reality is you and I are not the only people who are publishing on Amazon KDP. There are millions of people that are doing the same thing as we do. And a few years ago, this also boomed. The KDP business boomed, especially on Corona. And it did get very popular. And most of the people published on the coloring book niche and also on the puzzle book niche. And it boomed really fast. Since then, there are a lot of competition out there. And what that means is if you are coming randomly with some ideas because you think that is a good niche to publish a book, then most of the time you will fail. I'm not saying that your idea is bad, but the reality is if you are inventing the wheel new, then most of the time you will get stuck and you will not make any sales. But if you just spend, let's say, 30 minutes or 1 hour or 2 hours in one sitting, then maybe your chances will be very high that you will find a good niche, and then to publish in this niche will boost your success. What your goal should be is topics that first a lot of people are searching for, and second, not many sellers have created any books in it yet, and that will be the sweet spot. That will also be the difference between making $50 or making $5,000 a month from the same amount of work. And now you will ask yourself what makes a niche actually good. And that's a real good question. And let me break down the criteria for you because there are a couple of criteria you have to be looking for. The first one would be actually to look after the BSR of the books in a niche. You want to see at least 3 to 5 books in the niche with at least a BSR around 30 to 50,000. And for the people who are just started with KDP and doesn't know what BSR is, the BSR is the bestsellers rank and it determines if a book is making sales or not. So the higher you rank up, so let's say if you are a rank 10, then you will be making a lot of money. And if we take the range we want, the 35,000 for example, that's roughly around 3 to 5 sales per day. That would be around 90 to 150 sales per month, and you can make the math or how much you will earn from that. And the second criteria would be competition level, and demand is really great, but if you have too many competition out there, then it will be very hard for you to make sales in that niche. And most likely you will never going to break through with your book. And here is what I would look for before you pick a niche. I would say you have to be looking for the total results. You can see that on Amazon. And if the total results is less than 10,000, then I would say you're good to go. Also, you have to look after the reviews. You have to check if at least a couple of books have a review below 300 300. And if you ask yourself why reviews matter, because if books with only 10 or 20 reviews are ranking on page 1, for example, that tells you that the competition will not be very fierce. So therefore, you will not make much sales in it. And the third criteria would be the price point. You want to see at least a couple of books that are selling around $6.99 and $9.99, because after Amazon takes his cut, you need to be making at least $2 to $3 per book in order to make this worth your time. If books in your niche are only selling for $2.99, the margins will be too thin. And last but not least, we have the evergreen versus seasonal niches. This is important because there are two types of niches. The first one would be the evergreen niches, and these sell consistently throughout the year. And these are books like journals or fitness trackers or cookbooks, for example. The second type would be seasonal niches, and these niches spike at a certain time throughout the year. Then after that, the hype drops. And these are, for example, on Christmas, you can make Christmas coloring books, or on Mother's Day or on Halloween. And these also can be very profitable, but you need to time them right. So for beginners, I would recommend first start with evergreen niches, and then if you have published some books in the evergreen, then you can also try your luck with seasonal niches. So these are the basics, and let's quick summarize all the things we have collected. So first one is we want a BSR around or below 35 to 50,000. The second one would be that we have at least around 8,000 or let's say 10,000 competitors on Amazon for the niche. And the third one would be that you also have to look for books with less than 300 reviews. You also have to check for the price point that you can sell your book for more than $6.99. Last but not least, we will be concentrating on evergreen niches. And now there's a problem with all that. If we want to do all this research manually, it would take hours. I don't know what you think, but my time is very precious. So therefore, I always look for shortcuts. And my shortcut was to implement a tool for it. And this tool is called Publbee. And I implemented a tool that's called Niche Scout, where you can find thousands of niches in a couple of minutes. Therefore, we will dive into the tool I built, and I will show you how you can use it and how you can find thousands of niches in a couple of minutes. Let's dive in. As you see, we are in our dashboard, and if we go to the left side and select the Niche Scout, you have here different filter parameters. On the top, you can select the book type. In our case, it will be paperback. You can also type in a keyword you want to search. In our case, for the initial search, we will be leaving that empty. And you also can select between all publishers and self-publishers books, and we will setting this to all publishers. Below that, you have to select a category, and you can either select one of the main categories, or you can search for a subcategory here. And I think I will select, I don't want a coloring book, and I also don't want a puzzle or some kind of activity book. I guess I will be I think self-help books are interesting. Let's select the category here. For the filter parameters on the bottom, we will select the criteria we chose before in the video, and these would be for the number of reviews. It was, I guess, between 300 or 400 max reviews. Let's say we will select this to 400, and the minimum should be around 30, I guess. And for the BSR, it should be maximum of 50,000, not above that. And for the price range, we said that it should be around $6.99 minimum price, and the max you can, for the initial search, you can set it to 100. And the other two filter parameters we can leave at is. And if you click search, then it will take a couple of seconds, maybe up to 1 minute, if you didn't select too many filter parameters. And in our case, it already finished in a couple of seconds. On the top, you see we have some matrices that can help you. The first one would be the average price. We are at $15. It's above our minimum range, so it's good. The price trend, it decreased in the last 30 days. That means the price dropped a little bit in the last 30 days, but not that much. So that shouldn't be bothering us. But this metric can tell you if a niche is a seasonal niche or a evergreen niche, and you can then see, okay, decide when to publish your book in this niche and when you can uh, lower or increase your price. And the average price, as you see, is around 167. It's perfect for us. And the average rating is 4.7. So most of the books are good rating. If we go down, you have the first book is an investment book. Actually, I don't want any books that are, I don't know, high content. So I don't want to spend years to create a book because that's not my goal in the first place. I would differentiate between an author that is doing that because he's passionate about it, and there are people that are doing this as a business. We are concentrating us on the second category. We are doing this as a business, so therefore these kind of books, you have to have a lot of knowledge to write something in this kind of areas. So we don't have that right now. Therefore, we will be concentrating us on medium content books. As you see, most of them, this one is an activity book. As I said, I don't want an activity book. On the bottom, we also have a cookbook for beginners. Cookbooks are actually also great, but it takes a lot more time to create than an activity book in this case. So therefore, it can be good, but yeah, we will see that. If we go to the next page, if we scroll down, we have a lot of high content, I guess, how to deal with anxious attachment style. This one is actually making a lot of money, these also. But as you can see, these three books have the same sales per day and also the same BSR, but they are not all doing the same amount of money. Why is that? It's because this book is making $70 per day, and he priced his book at $20. So what does that mean? It means that $20 is good and he's making a lot of money. $70 with 8 sales, it's really good. But if you go to the next book, this one costs $33 and he's also making 8 sales, but he's making the double amount of money, twice as much in this case. And the bottom one is also making a lot more, $30 more than this book. So that means your pricing strategy is very important. And if you go too low, that means that you will not make any win out of your sales. So therefore, the pricing is also very important. If we go to the next page, as you see, it's the raw searching process of mine. So therefore, you can see all my strategies and what I am looking for if I select the new niche. We have another cookbook. This looks interesting. What is that? Why you are my best friend. 30 reasons why you are my bestie. Fill in the blank gift book. This one is actually good. So it's a kind of a guided journal, I guess. And you can give it as a gift for your best friend. And if we move that and see the details, the BSR is top. 6,000 BSR is actually pretty good, and he's making 8 sales per day and also $43 of royalty per day. That means he's making a lot of money, and the pricing is also good at $10.99. If we see the BSR history, yeah, we see that on August it was around 10,000, then it dropped a lot. On September it was around 3,000, 4,000 to 6,000, then it dropped again, and then it went back up. But most of the time, if we see the last 3 months, it's making good money, I guess. And the pricing is pretty much the same. On April, it was $11, and then it went down to 10.44, and then it went back up to 10.99. But you can see that the pricing, he left it as is throughout the year, and he's making good sales with that kind of a book, and therefore it's our first option. And you don't need to do the same thing. You can be tweaking the idea a little bit. For example, you can make a book for your mother and call it, I don't know, 100 questions why I love you, mother, or something like that. There is also an author that has a series of these kind of guided journals with mom, I want to hear your story, or father, I want to hear your story. I guess something like that. And he's crushing it right now. He was number one on Amazon pretty long time. I don't know if he's number one now, but he makes a lot of money with his guided journal series. So therefore, if we see that on Amazon and go to the sample pages, maybe we can see a little bit more. Yeah, you can write here your name and to whom you want to give this book as a gift. And if we scroll down, my best friend, he has an introduction page, and yeah, we can see a lot more. But as you see, it's actually a good idea to publish in that niche, and he has a series of guided journal books here. What I love about you, Dad, and as you see, he has more than one book. So a good strategy would be to start with one book and make it more books in that series. So therefore, I think we will be selecting the guided journal niche. So our plan is not to go too deep in it, because it would be too much for this video, because I want to show you also the process how I create this kind of book and how I publish it and how I market it. So therefore, I guess we will stick to that book. If I would do it alone, I would be making a little bit more research in that niche. I would search for more books, I guess, in different categories, and see what types of books can be published in the guided journal niche. But in that case, we will be selecting this niche, and I guess I will be doing one guided journal for my mother. The detailed idea, I don't know yet, but the niche is there. We selected one. I guess the details will be in the next video of the book, how we will be calling the book, the title and the subtitle and so on. We will be selecting on the next video. So as you saw, there were a lot of niches out there, especially in the self-help category. The guided journal books had my interest a lot, and therefore we will be selecting this niche for our series. And the exact plan would be, I guess, we will be doing a guided journal for our mothers. And this doesn't mean that other guided journal types are not doing good. There are a lot of types of guided journals that had a base are below 30,000, for example. So they're crushing it also on Amazon. And you can select one of them and copy it, not exactly the same one, but copy the principles of it and create your own styling and your own content with it and publish it on Amazon. So for the next part, here is the plan. I'm going to create a mom's guided journal book to fill out about their life story. But here's the twist. I'm going to create a better version than what's currently out there. So that means better question prompts, a more modern design, and added more features to the book. And I'm going to document the entire process for you, and then you can copy my publishing journey and create your own books with the help of the video series. Alright guys, that's it for the first video. We covered a lot, from what makes a niche profitable and up to how to find the profitable niches in 2025, and also how to use the niche scout tool of Publbee to find good niches in a couple of minutes. If you found this helpful, please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. And I'm documenting this entire journey from niche to publishing, and you don't want to miss it. So drop a comment below and tell me what challenges you had with finding a good niche, and I will read every single comment. And currently we have a beta running for our Publbee tool, And if you want to test the tool for free, then you can go to publbee.com and sign up for the beta and test the tool today for free. And you will get all the tools that I will use in this video for free for a month. So you can test it and explore the niches we also searched in this video. So I will see you in the next video, and until then, happy publishing. Goodbye.